Hey, welcome back. This is Shah.
And Sam.
This is a discussion of our favourite couples, and because, I'm awesome, I'm going to let Sam's couple, 1, 2, 5 go first. Damon and Elena. Okay, why do you love them, Sam?
I don't really have a point where I was like, oh, I love them, because for me, it took me a while to choose which one I loved. Damon Elena, Stefan Katherine. It took me to episode 11. It took me to episode 11 of season 1. Please don't hate me for that.
No. Well, unlike you, I loved them from the very beginning. I have to say, and I've always loved them.
Because at the start, I liked both, but then Damon Elena.
Yeah, because I remember when you were watching it, I was like, have you not picked Elena yet?
Yeah, she was going mad at me. She was like, how have you not picked them yet?
And then you were like, that dance episode where they had the dance, you're like, oh, I know now. But I was like, you should have known before.
Yeah, I mean, episode 11 was the one where I was like, oh, they're better. Yeah. For me personally, they're better than Stelena.
Yeah. And people out there might know that Sam doesn't really like Stelena. I hate them.
She hates them with a passion. I'm nice, see?
I loathe them, and Stefan needs to go under a rock and die. I don't care if I get hate for that. I really don't. But I have to say, love Paul.
Yeah, Paul is awesome. Just because we sometimes hate on Stefan doesn't mean we hate Paul, because no, he is awesome.
Okay, now this is turning into a Stefan thing, and it's all about the couples. So, is there... Well, you know your moment you fell in love with. Mine is where they met, and it's just like, sparks!
Yeah.
I have to say, major passion. And we're still waiting to see that passion happen.
Yes, we are.
So,
season finale, come on.
Yeah, or at least another kiss.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt.
Was there a moment where you never didn't like them?
No, I don't think there's been a moment. There's a moment where I've been...
I have to say, there was a moment in the episode where he tried to turn.
Yeah, there was a moment where I've been
like, whoa.
There's a moment where I've been like in some of the episodes, Damon, what the hell are you doing? Elena, what are you doing?
But with that whole he tried to turn, Stefan then does it and everybody's fine with it.
Yeah.
But he actually done it because he was just being an ass.
Yeah. But because like when Elena said to Damon in episode 14, maybe that's your problem then. When she said that, I was like, whoa. I was like, he saved your life numbers of times and you say that? Gosh.
Okay, we should kind of move on now before we start bashing Stefan even more.
Yeah, sorry, Stefan.
Okay, we'll do my 1-2 pair, which, people don't know. It's Kurt and Blaine from Glee.
Yeah.
I didn't love them to begin with because I didn't really know Blaine, and he was just I didn't connect with him,
She didn't like him.
Now I love him. But then when they kissed, I was like, I realised that I loved them, and then it just got more. And when he sung that song to him when he was leaving, I was just like, I love you, Blaine, and one of my favourite moments. That was probably when they became my 1-2 pair.
Yeah.
And the moment I didn't like them, I have to say, in first time,
when he
was an ass, and since like the vileness that is Sebastian has turned up, he's been a bit like
weird.
Yeah, but I still love them, and I still love Blaine and Dan and Chris.
For me, there isn't a reason why I love them. I just do. I watch them and I'm like, oh, I love them.
Yeah, and they just saying they need to sing another song together.
Yeah, they were awesome together.
Yeah.
And for me, there wasn't a moment. I kind of just knew. Their first kiss was amazing because to start with, when they were liking each other and stuff, I didn't really like. I was like, oh, they're okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, I love them.
Yeah, it's like can't imagine Glee without them now.
Yeah, and it's like as Shah said, the only time that I didn't like them. Well, it wasn't that I didn't like them. I didn't like him because that's Kurt.
And then he turned it around at the end, and you're just like, oh, Blaine.
You are so nice. Why?
And if Ryan Murphy's listening, do not break them up ever.
No, because
there will be hell to pay.
She will be suicidal, and that is no joke.
Okay, now, next couple, you have an announcement with Spencer?
Yes, I would just like to say Spencer and Toby are back together, finally.
Yeah.
Yes, as you can, I'm happy.
And I'll let you, because you love them a little bit more than me. I love them, but you say why you love them.
Why I love them? Well, I can't really say why I love them. It's just they're Spencer and Toby.
It's just they're so unexpected.
Yeah, it was completely unexpected.
Not
she was
forced,
always
like some people say.
No, because she accused him of like killing Alison, and then all of a sudden she like
Yeah. And I just think they have a different love to the other couples on the show. It's just like, it's just cute and it's lovely and I love it. And I hated when they broke up. I hated it.
I have to say, when they broke up, I cried and I cried because I was devastated the whole day.
Yeah. Oh, but
horrible.
now they're back together and it's fine.
Yes.
Was there a moment where you were like, oh, they are one of my favourite couples?
It was when she was in Emily's room and she was looking out of the window at him when he was picking up all those bits, and then he looked back in her face. That was the moment when I was like, it's them. I mean, when he was crying in the alleyway and she was looking, I liked them. But
yeah, as you know, that is where I fell in love with them, and I was like, ever since then I've been like, oh, they should be together, and people would be like, are you crazy?
Yeah. And you're like, haha, in your face.
Yeah. Where you didn't like them any moment?
Probably when he came back and he was acting.
Yeah, assy, like.
Yeah.
I have to say, I didn't like it because it was like, where's my Toby gone?
Yeah, it's like they like switched him with his crazy twin or something. That's what it was like.
Okay, let's move on to my true love of Pretty Little Liars, Aria Ezra.
Yeah.
I know you're not a huge fan.
I'm not a huge fan.
No.
But I'm not saying I don't like them.
Well, I love them, and there was a moment yesterday where I was like, oh, Ezra is A, and I was like, oh, but I still love
both.
But then today, when I watched the episode, I was like, oh, no, it can be him because they're just so perfect. Why do you love them or like them then? You don't know.
I don't know. It's just. To start with, I didn't like them, and it's kind of, they grew on me, and then all of a sudden they became really amazing. And I know my favourite moment of theirs is that epic rain kiss. Was it in episode 2, season 2 or something?
No, that was the lift up kiss.
That's the one.
Yeah. The moment I fell in love with them was, well, their first scene in the bar, and then it got more and more, and then they say I love you, and it's just like, they are my favourite couple in Pretty Little Liars. Yeah. And they all will always be, and I'm so glad that now
he isn't A.
Yeah, and they can be together without the interfering parents getting in the way.
I was quite scared though when they took the mask off, because like, oh my god, someone's gonna see, and then I was scared of that.
But I was like, about time, and it's just, they have to be together, that's what I'm saying.
They're Aria and Ezra.
Okay, now let's have the couple that I did not like to begin with. I know, because I'd probably get people saying, what? Yeah. Hanna and Caleb. Why do you love Hanna and Caleb?
They're so cute. And they're just, and it's like, Hanna is completely different when she's with him. She's so happy. And
reasons why I love them. Well, for a start, I didn't like them until season 2. And then they grew on me, like a bit like Aria and Ezra. They grew, and then they said I love you, and then I was like, come on, why are you not with them? Maybe because I was a Hanna and Lucas fan. I came to my senses. Because, I don't like Lucas at all anymore.
Yeah, I was mine too.
What moment did you say, well, mine was for them when he said I love you. And when he went to leave and she said I love you back, that for me, I was like, oh my god, I love them.
That is probably the same for me, because in season 1 they weren't like that great. They were cute and everything, but nothing to the, I love them. Amazing.
What was there a moment where you didn't like them? There was for me. There was when you found out he was working for Jenna.
Oh yeah.
Like, you are dead to me. You have ruined the life of my favourite.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was the moment.
Let's talk about one of your
Stefan and Katherine.
Yeah. I don't. I have no opinion about them. Let's just say that. The only reason I like them is because just Damon Elena together.
They are amazing. I love them because I don't have a reason. People are like, oh, you're crazy because you like them, and it's like, because like she played the brothers off from one another, but you can tell she loves Stefan. I mean, yeah, she loved Damon, but not as much as.
Sure, did she love Damon?
She did.
I didn't think she did.
A part of her did, but the rest of her loved him.
Drive.
Yeah, probably that. Yeah, but she loved Stefan more, and I just think that they were awesome.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about another Glee couple, the Finchel, Rachel
Yes.
and Finn.
We kind of have sort of different views on
and
Finn
also
and Rachel
at different
about
times.
them getting married.
Yeah.
It's been like a kind of issue for me.
Me, I'm like, get married.
Me, I'm kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But then I remind her, Nayli.
Yeah, I know. Because in the proposal episode for
I have to say, they're older than what Nayli was.
I know.
But then I'm also, they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Finn is as well, and I hate Finn.
Yeah.
Gonna get crap for it, but I love Rachel and Finn, but it's just, he's so annoying.
Yeah. He dances like an elephant. That's my issue.
He dances like an elephant. But
it's like my
but the reasons, but he annoys me because he's like, with the whole in season 2 when he broke up with her. Oh, because you kissed, Park, and then he goes back to Quinn,
who slept with him and had his baby.
Yeah, and then he expects Rachel to be there and whatever. But I do love them. But
like the issue with the wedding for me, it's not that I'm like completely against them getting married. It's kind of like I was shocked about it because the one I proposal, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, I was a bit hesitant at first, and then it kind of grew on me. But
yeah,
I wouldn't mind either way. But
yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's just kind of for me. It's kind of like whoa.
Talking about couples that get married too early. Well, they didn't obviously. Nathan and Haley.
Yes. They are my One Tree Hill, One Tree Pair. I just completely and utterly love them. I know why I love them, I think.
Do you want me to say why I love them?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think it's because
they're just a true love couple. They're always and forever.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. And I think they're the heart of One Tree Hill.
Yeah, and also because she turned him good, and they kind of had she hated him, and they kind of had a friendship, and then it led to more.
So when did you fall in love with them? Do you want me to do mine?
Yes, you do yours first.
Okay. Mine is, this may sound weird, but it's in season 4 when he says when he finds out she's pregnant and that whole thing, and he says when he's at the basketball thing.
Mine is
how he
in season 1. It's in season 1.
Of course it is.
It is where they've gone on that date thing that Brooke set up, and then he goes to her house, and he's just like he says all that.
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
I love that.
Was there a moment where you didn't like them? Season 2 for me. The second half when she
season
left.
2 and kind of season 5.
Oh yeah,
because I was really like,
what have you done to Nayli?
Yeah,
because they were so awesome in season 4.
They were, yeah. I was like,
and they're gonna be awesome again. Ready for the last.
I can't wait for Thursday.
Now let's talk about a couple for me in One Tree Hill that has been a weird thing with me, Leighton, because I love them, but there was a time when I was a Brooker.
Yeah, same here. I was a Brooker,
but I was a major Brooker.
Yeah, she was way worse than me.
So I love them because they're just meant to be together, and even though I hate Lucas, I hate Lucas because what he's done to Brooke, because I love Brooke. Yeah. Talk about Brooke because this is the Leighton part.
Yes.
I just love them, and I fell in love with them in season 4.
Yeah.
With my favourite ever moment, always be my favourite ever moment, where it's like at the basketball game.
Yeah, and he says it's
you. Oh, I just love
it.
Probably as well. Is there a moment where you didn't like them? Mine is when they done the dirty on Brooke.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
whole season 1, I was like, how could you do it to Brooke?
Out of all the couples, I think I've liked, that's the one where I'm just like, yeah, I know when I didn't like them.
Yeah, and I know when I love them.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about Brooke, let's talk about Brooke Julian. Now, for us, I know for years we were like, oh my god, give Brooke a break. Give her a guy that doesn't turn out to be an ass.
Yeah.
And let her have a happy ending. And then it was season 6, she got beat up. I was like, come on, are you kidding me? It's like, give her a break. And then she met Julian, and I knew that they were going to be together. And even though she didn't know it, I knew. I was like, come on. So it was probably when I knew I loved them was probably that scene where he gives her the coat.
Oh yeah, well, I think
Like they're going steady. That was mine.
Well, people will probably think this weird, but my favourite moment of theirs is when she's in her shop and she's doing that crazy dance, and he walks in.
That's
I love that.
Yeah, that's like one of their first moments.
Yeah, and like when the episode where they get married and gets sent over that disc, this is the moment where I fell in love with you.
Was there a moment where you didn't like them? Mine was when the whole Alex thing.
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
I was like, but I was more pissed off at Julian. It was like, oh my god, you have.
Because like Brooke has a reason. I mean, come on, look at her track record, guys.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about a sore subject. We're going on to Chuck and
Blair.
No. Which I'm a Dare fan, so
yeah. I mean, I could talk
why
about
do you love
Chuck
Chuck and Blair? Okay, why do you love Chuck and Blair?
Because they're Chuck and Blair. They're Blair and Chuck. I know it's
just
not
saying their names isn't going to make a difference.
It's not a good reason, but they are Chuck and Blair. They are. In my opinion, do not hate me.
And we are Sam and Char. What does that have to do with anything?
They are meant to be. They will end up together. Well, they have to. For me.
Yeah,
obviously not for Char, but they are just. I just love them.
Well, I did love them until Dan Blair came along.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love
she
them
betrayed me.
I did not. So I loved them season 1, 2, and then season 3 it was just like, what have you done? And then it's just like it annoys me because he is a bit like
they like push him together, pull him apart, push him together. They make him nice and they turn him back into Chuck Bass again.
Yeah, and it's just like they annoy me. Okay. Is there a moment where you didn't like them? For me, it's just like
no. There's not been a moment where I didn't. There's a moment where I've been like real frustrated about them.
The moment I didn't like them, because I do kind of like them. In the last episode, when she was just like, "Don't do anything to Dan, else it's gonna push me away," and then he goes and does it.
Actually, yes, there is a moment where I didn't like them, but it wasn't them. It was mainly what Chuck did. I think it was season 3, episode 17. Like she slaps him across the face because he basically tried to like call her out or something. I think I haven't watched the episode. I just watched clips and I know she slaps him. So
I don't remember that at all. But then I did stop watching it.
Yeah, we started watching it. We started watching again at season 5. So
yeah. Well, I started watching season 4.
I started watching it at season 5.
Okay. Dan and Blair.
Well.
Hey, let me go first.
Yes, you can go first.
I love them with every fibre of my being. I just think they're amazing and they kind of crept up on me. I love their friendship and then it was just like, oh my god, you two should have been together from the start and Serena needs to back off.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, we agree on that.
Yes, she does.
I love them because they're just opposites, but they're just like, he has been there for her in ways that not even Chuck has been there, and he doesn't try to change her, and that's why I love them.
I like their friendship. That is all.
And when did I love them? Beginning of season 5 when he was there for her, no baby thing. Yeah, so that's why. And as a moment I didn't like them? No, I was not.
Well, yes.
What about you?
Yes.
Is that every episode they're together? I remember when they kissed, like in the last episode, she was like, no! Why did they do it? I was like, they are together.
When they kiss and they're like together and everything, I watched the kiss and I have to say I was a tiny little bit grossed out.
Yeah, but you couldn't say anything.
I couldn't say that to her because I was like, I could never do that. And then I watched it again, and I think I've got to a point where I tolerate them because my best friend loves them.
I'm like that with Jeff and Blair.
Yeah, so you know, I don't bash them to her. I think it's
okay, let's move on to a Once Upon a Time couple. Snow and Charming.
Yes.
They are awesome.
They are amazing. And because she hasn't watched the last episode,
no, I
can't go into the whole last episode. I have just got to say, Snow and Charming, that they were amazing. What Charming did and all of that. And Mary Margaret and David, you utter twit.
Utter twit. Yeah. Okay, looking forward to the episode then. I loved them from the very beginning,
Yeah,
and my love has just grown and grown and grown. And there hasn't been a moment where I knew.
and they will always find each other. Come on.
When you didn't like them, there's never been a moment.
There
because
hasn't been
it's in a new episode.
There hasn't been a moment where I didn't like them. There's been moments where I'm like, oh, I hate you, David.
Yeah. So that. But yeah. Okay, let's move on to one of your favourites. But I like them.
Cassie and Beckett.
Yeah, Cassie and Beckett. Okay. Why do you love them, Sam?
They have the whole.
Well, they won't, they thing.
Yes.
That can stress you out. To
Seriously.
the point of just like, get together already! And not like a get together already huddy style, where you get together for a few episodes and
Yeah,
then break them up
and
and then
they
leave.
They royally screw that up, but let's not talk about them.
No, let's
mean,
not.
I mean, Cassie and Beckett, they're amazing because she can be funny and he is hilarious, and they have the whole banter thing going on.
You were just saying all the things of why I love them, so I'm just gonna let you go.
Okay. And they have like these really intimate moments.
Yeah.
And like after like their first kiss, and he was like, wow, and then he kind of changed back, wow, that was amazing what you did, and it's like, you like kissing her.
Yeah.
And the finale of
the last season.
When he was like, he says something, saying he loves her. I was like, oh,
that moment you didn't like them?
No,
not for me either.
No.
And all the things you said is that's why we're best friends, because
we
have the same opinions on that. Okay, I'm gonna hand this one over to you because I have no idea who they are.
Jake and Cassie. Well, when I first started watching Secret Circle, I was an Adam and Cassie fan, and then Jake came into it, and I loved Jake, and then he had loads of interaction with Cassie, and I wasn't really sure who I loved more. But in the last few episodes, Adam has annoyed me to hell. He's just irritating and annoying, and that's not the reason I prefer Jake and Cassie more. It's just that Jake, it's just like he like does anything for her, and he's not like, oh, you shouldn't do that, and he's not all whiny and moany. He does things to protect her. In a way, to me, he's like Damon. And in the last episode, where at the end Adam and Cassie slept together, I was like, well, that's annoying. And then when Jake said in the...
I smile and laugh as if I know who she's talking about.
And then when Jake says in the promo, it takes a curse to make you realise that being with Adam is a mistake. But I just think that's real funny.
The moment where you didn't like them?
No. And now we're going to go on to one. I love them, but Shah was completely obsessed with these Pacey and Joey.
Oh yes, an old favourite of mine. Yes, I love them. The reasons I love them is because, to me, Joey never really had anybody that was making her be great.
Yeah.
I hate Dawson, and I'm just saying hate him because he always pulled her back, and I just love them, and I just love them.
And he was whiny and moany and annoying.
Yeah. The good thing about him is he wanted to be a director.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked him with Jumbo. Let's talk about that. When was the whole lake scene where Dawson's asked him to look after Joey that year, and he said maybe we're friends this year? I love that scene. When did you like them?
It was that scene when they pulled. Was it when they pulled outside the road, and was it he kissed her or something? Or she kissed him?
Yes.
I loved them then. Okay. Yeah.
The moment you didn't, I have to say prom. Can't watch the episode. I can't watch the episode because I'm just like, Pacey, you utter ass.
Yeah.
It's like, and I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, but it's like, prom, really?
Yeah, at prom, come on.
And just, I was distraught, and I was like, oh, what have we done?
And now we go on to one of Shah's old raunchy pairs, but still favourite couple.
Scotty. Kevin and Scotty will always, be in my heart. I love them, and I will never stop bidding them because
they've gone through so much.
Oh, they have. And the show should still be on.
Yes,
so I'm saying.
Agreed.
And why I love them is just because they were always meant to be together. Because he dated other guys, and he would cheat with Scotty.
Yeah.
So they're amazing. And when I knew they were my one to pair, car scene.
Yeah.
Car scene, that's all I'm saying. And Kevin and Scotty fans know it there. Is what I mean, car scene. When did you like them?
I don't really know when. Like with Kurt and Blaine, it was kind of like they kind of did creep up on me, kind of thing, because they were nice and everything, and I liked them, and then all of a sudden, I kind of had this huge love for them.
Yeah. And a moment we didn't like them? No, not for me. Even when he cheated, that is one of my favourite scenes ever. Because there's just so much emotion behind it, and you just know that they love each other.
I've never hated them.
And as Nora says, they're the only Walker couple, you know, that have to be together forever.
Yeah. Because look at their track record.
And she is a wise woman.
She is.
Okay, moving on to one of your all-time, and old one to have, but you still love them? Lois and Clark. The Chloe. I'm just saying, I liked Smallville before her, and I also loved Lois and Clark before her, and I was like, you have to watch it, you will love it.
The first episode I watched was episode 10 of season 8, the Bride episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew after that episode, I had to watch it. I watched the first 3 seasons, and I was like...
Yeah, unlike Sam, I had to watch the first 3 seasons because somebody told me Lois was going to be in it. And I waited, and it was not. But the first episode I watched was in season 4 after Chloe had disappeared and whatever, and I fell in love with them.
They went from hating each other to best friends to lovers.
Was there a moment where you knew that they were your one true pair?
Yes.
What moment was that?
The moment in, I think the episode's called The Stars. Well, I know it is. I don't know everything. Where at the end she chucks a ball and he goes down and covered in water, and they're smiling at each other. I knew.
There was a moment where I knew I loved them, and that was that scene where he lifts her up in that alternate universe thingy. Yeah. And I was like, and that's still one of my favourite moments. Yeah. And people are like, why?
My favourite moment is the scene in episode 3 of season 9, Rapid, where they're like he stopped Lois from being a zombie.
Yeah.
And,
The moment where you didn't like them.
No.
No, there wasn't.
No.
No. Okay. Let's go with Nick and Jess. Loving the Nick and Jess. Okay, Nick and Jess from New Girl.
Yeah.
What do you think? I love them.
They are amazing.
But you know they're not going to be together until seasons and seasons and seasons.
They're not getting together anytime soon, so we just have to wait it out.
And I really thought they were going to kiss in the last episode. I really did. Have you seen it yet?
Yes.
Yes. Did you?
No, I haven't. Sorry, no, I haven't seen it.
I really thought they were going to kiss, and I was like, oh, why are you not kissing? And I just love them because it's, you know, and I knew from the beginning. I told Sam, I was like, them two are going to be a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I love them.
And a couple of mine that Shah doesn't know, which is Bridget and Andrew. I didn't ship them until the last episode.
Why not?
I like them and everything. I preferred Bridget and Andrew than obviously Siobhan and Henry. But let's not go into that because I hate them. But with the whole Bridget and Andrew thing, when he basically saved her life, I can't wait for the new episode. So I have to say on them.
And next is one of my favourites, and will always be Robin and Barney. I love Robin and Barney, and they will be. And the person that Barney's marrying is Robin. Just
definitely.
Saying. Okay, why do you love Robin and Barney? I just think because they're like, you know, bros, and they play, you know, games together, and they always.
I don't know why I like them. It's just I do. It's not a good enough reason, but
okay, when?
There it is. When?
Mine was the scene where they're spending the day together being bros, and they're playing laser tag. That just sums up why they're amazing, and they've just got back for me.
Well, it was when he'd been in an accident, and I can't remember who it was said about having everybody there
Oh,
that you care about,
yeah.
and she walks in and
Yeah.
he looks at her.
Yeah.
That was when I completely fell in love with them.
Yeah. At the moment you didn't like them, for me, it was when he started to get fat, and I was just thinking it's a cop out for the writers
Yeah.
to make them break up. That was the reason. I
Very
was like,
stupid.
and it was making me want them to break up because of
I
how
remember
horrible
going
they.
through all that
And then
period
as soon as
with
they
you.
broke up, and I was like, get back
Yes.
together.
Because I remember when they were like near breaking up, and you kept going on. I just wanted to break up and them together, and then broke up, and then I want them back together.
Okay, now here's a couple that Sam doesn't know, and not many people do, but they're one of my favourites. Well, they were. It's Jack and Ianto from Torchwood, and I was devastated when he died because he's one of my favourite actors, he's one of my favourite characters, and I just was like, you kept that Gwen face thing in the show, but you got rid of the lovable Ianto, and it was just they were becoming a couple properly, and I just loved them, and Gwen from the beginning. And a moment I didn't like them when he died.
I think that's a big factor in that.
Yes. And I was like, why? I stopped watching Torchwood because I was like, Torchwood without Ianto is not a show to watch. So that's all I'm saying.
Let's just say she's a bit passionate about that.
Okay, now we're going to say another brothers and sisters couple who was Sam's favourite. Justin and Rebecca, which they kind of grew on me saying. That's, at first I was just like, I know loads of people have this opinion, brothers and sisters, that's gross.
Yeah.
But then they weren't.
Yeah,
and
a lot of
kind of like
people have issues with them being like brothers and sisters, but they weren't.
No, maybe because they were in brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So when did you fall in love with them?
It was their first ever kiss, and she was sat there and they were talking and.
See, mine was, when she lost the baby. That's when I fell in love with them.
Oh.
Yeah. The moment you didn't like them. When he wanted to go back.
Yeah, when he wanted to go
So
back.
why are you leaving?
I was like, oh yeah, you've just ruined one of the best couples.
Yeah, she was. That's all she meant in season 5. Why is Justin and Rebecca not here? They should be here being happy. And I'm like, hey, my one true pair in the show, they're going through issues too. So that's it of all of our couples that we love.
Yeah.
We don't think we've missed any out. No, we've mentioned all of them. So that's it for now, and we'll be back soon with a review or a discussion.
Most likely next one could be Cher versus Dare. Stay tuned because
that could go on a while because Dare is better.
No Cher is. See, it's already starting.
Okay, bye.
Bye.